Salutations, citizens, Jackman here, and yes, it's that time of year again where we ride bikes in France, and we've skipped ahead a few years, and we're playing Tour de France 2020. So Team Sky, the team that we always play as, has now been replaced with Team Ineos. So, first of all, let's change it back to Team Sky. Since I have that power, I don't know why, I feel comforting being on Team Sky. It's gonna be sad not staring at. When I say staring at the Sky logo on their arse, it never was the Sky logo. It was always their whatever sponsor they had that year, and it was always just. Oh no! One time they did have. I think they had 20th Century Fox one year. I did recognise them. Generally though, I never recognised them. Anyway, I'm not seeing anyone else, so as usual, we'll take over Chris Froome, now that Bradaglio Wogglins, or Bradley Wiggins as he's normally known, has retired or stopped cycling in the Tour de France, or whatever he is. Whatever it is that means that he's no longer a name in this list. The Road Champions jersey is currently worn by Swift B, and by the time trial jersey is worn by Dowser A. Do you really want to reassign the Jackman? Yes. He is now double UK. Good job, J-Man. What's this? Create your rider and complete missions in order to progress him from season to season. That's new, or at least it's new having skipped from 2017 to 2020. Was it 2017 I played last? It might have been 2016 actually. I should have checked this before I started playing. Oh, I'll wear this one because it's the Game Studio one and it's red. That's normally good enough for me. Oh yeah. It's not Team Sky. What am I doing? It's the Jack Pack. Oh no, it's the Jack Rats. Not the Jack Pack. The Jack Pack's my blues swing band. Unfortunately, I haven't played any games where I've been able to make use of them yet, so. Oh, I can create a whole. Oh, this is way better. This is way more involved than just taking over. I mean, I saved it, so I have still taken over Chris Froome's physical form, but now I can exist. So maybe if I go in a race against Chris Froome, it would be Jackman versus Jackman. No, why do you default to France? No one wants to be from France. Even the French, they'll lie. They'll say they love their country. It's not true. Height has no impact on the performance of the rider. Well then. Oh, I couldn't. That's heightist. What do you mean I can't be more than 200 centimeters tall? I could be a giant if I make myself really light. Again, I can't make myself more than 100 kilograms. That's lame. If I make myself really light, do they add saddlebags to my bike like in horse racing? I'm going to do a fast sprinter. Continue. Don't know what to change. I mean, I appreciate that in game I'm wearing a helmet and I'm staring at the back of the head of my character for the entire game. But can I not like change my character's appearance? Is that a flat? That is apparently supposed to. I mean, going by the type that they've assigned to this, this is apparently a mixed hilly course. That's a flat course. The flat course has a higher peak than either of the two hilly courses. What the hell? How's that a flat course? Do you want a race? Do you a race to be simulated until the end of this? Oh, this is like Bicycle Manager. It just tells me how well I did. Well, that's no fun. I mean, playing it's no fun either. But
Hi guys.
Oh, I hate these games so much. Why do I keep playing them? 4 million euros for winning. I got 20,000 euros for placing 28th. Jesus. I understand now why people do this shit. That's quite lucrative. I mean, you don't even have to be very good. Like 28th best in the world. I mean, that's still quite. That's better at bike cycling than most people, I suppose. But how many people are in the race? 28th last. So I get 20,000 euros just for showing up. That's. If I got 20,000 euros just for showing up at work one day, I'd take the rest of the year off. Well, no, maybe I'd show up for 2 days and then take the rest of the year off. Here we go. We're finally in. Eurovision. Yep, that definitely went ahead as well.
but the punches were
Yeah, I mean, come on, at least let me choose a different face. Like, I appreciate you really only see them for, like, the first 5 seconds of the race, but still, it's just so takes you out of it so quickly just to see a row of clones at the start of every single race. Like, if the faces are all the same, why even bother doing that shot? Just show anything else. Alright, so we're finally in. This game looks identical, but prettier. Again, I've skipped like 3 games to get to 2020. The reason I started a few games back was because my thought was, if they ever stop making these games, I'll have a couple of years of grace to sort of, you know, catch up with with what's the most recent one. So I started a few years back. What I realised is they're probably just going to keep making these games. But what also happened is COVID happened. And the Tour de France got postponed until now. So the Tour de France 2020 is actually happening right now. And I thought, well, I just lost all audio if we just... Nope, okay, it's still there, good. So yeah, because of COVID, the Tour de France got postponed until now. And so... as of this episode, there should be cyclists in France cycling. And so I figured, well, people will probably be searching for Tour de France 2020. So let's skip ahead to Tour de France 2020. But the other reason I've decided to skip to 2020, the more important reason, that's like 10% of the reason, is because I thought, hey, if I put a video out in 2020, someone might actually watch it this time. The other reason is, they've added a first-person mode! Now I can stare at butts all I want. I mean, actually, I'm going to be honest, he's much further away now that I'm in first-person mode than he looked in, like... How long-sighted am I? He doesn't seem that far away from me, and then I go into first-person mode, and he's suddenly an extra meter ahead. So if you're new to this channel, which a great lot of you are if you're a subscriber, thank you, by the way, and this is the first Tour de France video you've seen me do, don't expect a lot of professional insight into the cycling scene, really, or anything complimentary. I hate these games. I hate them. They are tedious. I don't understand why people buy them. I mean, I understand why people buy them is to get the different courses and to get the different cyclists. It's the same as FIFA, but with bikes. This is what this is. This is FIFA with bikes. This is actually... I don't get motion sickness, but I'm going to be honest, being in first person like this, if I did, I imagine this would give me motion sickness. Maybe one year they'll add VR. So part of the reason I play these games is because they play themselves. Like, I'm literally just holding 2 buttons down at the moment. In fact, I don't think I even need to hold right trigger. I think I can just hold X. Yeah, I'm now holding 1 button down. And the game's playing itself. I'm in... what am I in? 29th position? Where am I? I'm in the peloton. I'm 74th. It's at the bottom there. That's fine. It's a mountain stage. I'm a sprinter. When I get to the top, that's when I'll take over and blast it. I'm storing my stamina. By the way, as an aside, I realised, because last year I had all of my friends play this. Not all of my friends. I had all of the friends that were available play this game, and lost. The entire point of it was that I've played 6 games of Tour de France. I would know how to play the games properly. They wouldn't. They're not very intuitive games, and I wouldn't let them take any chance to actually learn the controls or anything. So I thought this would be great. They can all race. They'll all do really badly. I can have my turn, kick their ass, and be nice and smug about it. And then I ended up losing. And what I realised is that me and all the people who actually know anything about Tour de France, and by the way, I'm not including myself in that group. I'm just saying that I know this game, raced like a stage of the Tour de France, and that we were... Whoa! Oh, this is fun. In that we were all like conserving our energy and doing our feeds and things like that. So all of us that raced it properly
Gap is decreasing. The peloton has not given up.
Lost because we were racing it normally, because we were racing it as a stage of the Tour de France. And all the people who just like held on and sprinted as fast as they could and whited out a bunch of times won because they were going faster, because they exhausted their rider and got across the finish line quicker. So of course they won. irritating. When I celebrate the 10th anniversary, if we're still doing Jackman Plays, well, ChuckleFudge now, I should say. I should know the name of my channel, really. We'll do it again, and I'll win this time. We'll do it in Tour de France 2024, and I'll wipe the floor with my friends. I was going to insult them, and I went, why am I insulting my friends? They did that to me for a favour. God knows I didn't give them any money. So what I do like to do during these videos is talk about the last year on the channel. Not too much, because I appreciate it's not that interesting. It's mostly interesting to me. It's nice to sort of look back in review. So after the, hooray, I did the sprint in like, I don't know, 83rd place. Great. I'm the best sprinter ever. In the, so the last time we did this, I decided I said I'd give the channel 5 years, and then I would, if I hadn't made a thing, if I hadn't made a thing of it in 5 years, I would stop. You might notice I'm still here. So what happened is I decided I'm going to scale back drastically, and after I put out the 5th one, the 5th anniversary video, I took a break, which lasted for about 5 days, and then I bought Greedfall, and I decided, well, this is a new game, I might as well do a one-off video in it. Did a one-off video in it. That video did alright. It got a few hundred views, I think. And then I did a video in Untitled Goose Game. So I bought 2 games on the same day. I had Link's Awakening and I had Untitled Goose Game. And I decided I'll do a video in Untitled Goose Game first and then do Link's Awakening. Link's Awakening did alright as well, actually. I think that got a couple of hundred views? I can't remember. I should have written this down. I wrote down some of these. I didn't write these 2 down, so I don't know what I'm talking about them. Untitled Goose Game, 6,460 views at time of recording. Now, as far as, like, the big channels go and anything like that, that's not very much. And in fact, it's not even the most viewed video on this channel. But we don't talk about that video. Within a month of me deciding, oh well, I'm going to wind things down, I might put out the odd video here and there, probably burn through the rest of my back catalogue, and then move on and do something. Oh, I should probably eat some more blue. Oh, I've still got most of the race left to go, though. Let's eat some bread, then, I guess. Why not? Like, within a month of me deciding, hey, I'm not going to bother doing this anymore, I freaking got a 6,000 view video. And it didn't stop there. I got a couple. I got a couple more videos that got decent views after that as well. But also, the first 5 when I got to the 5th anniversary video, I think I had like 88 or 89 subscribers. I'm now on 220. I want to say 24. I think is what I checked. What it was when I checked. Again, I should have checked before I started doing this video, but 224 subscribers. So I managed to get more than almost. No, not more than double. But I got about 150% more subscribers since in 1 year than I did in 5. And I realised the reason for that is that I put out less videos. Fewer videos, I should say. If you care about the difference between less and fewer. I don't. But I do know the difference, and it bugs me. But I also don't care. It's the worst thing I ever did to myself was learning the difference. But anyway. Drink some of the red stuff. Oh, my fluids got regenerated. Oh, of course, yeah, there's a refuel station back there. It's annoying. I do make fun of this game for it being, like, playing itself. But also, if I don't focus, I will just fail. But not that I care that much. This game is just a vessel upon which for me to talk about other stuff. This is basically a podcast where I complain about bikes occasionally. Would a podcast like that be? Has anyone made that podcast? I don't know. Am I in last?
The race is at the second climb. 7.5 kilometers at an average of
I'm probably in last.
4%.
I maybe should have paid attention a little bit more than I have. But hey, I'm on my own now. I'm social distancing, like a good cyclist. I noticed that they hadn't patched in any masks for any of these cyclists. Naughty. Naughty Cyanide Studios. That's right, I only remember the name of the developer. It's on my shirt. So yeah, I had originally planned to put like under 100 videos out, but then that sort of that insurgents. I don't think that's necessarily the correct word there, but that insurgence of videos of views and subscribers suddenly, because I got most of the subscribers I have now. I appreciate I got off of the Goose video. I think I got some off of a couple of other videos because they said specifically in the comments they subscribed. If you're watching this, hey, thanks. I appreciate you watching. I doubt you will. I can't imagine. I don't know who watches these videos, honestly. I mean, specifically the Tour de France ones. I really hadn't planned to do any full playthroughs. Like, the only exception was Pokemon, which I was like, I'll definitely do brand new Pokemon game. It's on the Switch, which I can actually record, compared to 3DS games, which I can't record. So that was really the only one I had planned, and then they ended up releasing a load of games that I'd been looking forward to. Specifically, Deadly Premonition 2, Resident Evil 3, and Disaster Report 4. So I was like, okay, well, I don't want to do just one-off videos in those, so I'll do them. Resident Evil 3 is probably the most popular out of those three. The rest of them are all quite niche, and I don't regret. Well, I kind of regret doing Disaster. Actually, no, Disaster Report 4 did all right in views because I've learnt the power of basically if you put in fetish words in titles of videos, someone will click on it. Again, referring to the video that we don't talk about. Yeah. So I don't know. Am I keeping pace now, or am I slowly getting? Like, am I catching up? Am I slowly getting left behind? I have no idea whatsoever. Whatever. If it wasn't for all the people yelling at me, this would be quite a peaceful ride, and I'd quite like this. If there weren't all these people, it'd be quite a peaceful ride in the French countryside. It'd be quite nice. But there's all these people yelling, getting in the way, and I have to dodge. I can't hit people, can I? Oh no, they shadow step out of the way as soon as you get near them. I like that. It's like they've had people on the course in these games since they've had like audience interactions in this game since I think about 2015, and they still haven't bothered to give them like a proper walking animation, so they just all slide away. Look, woo, woo. You'd think, I mean, like, there's only so many things you can really do to improve. Once you've got, again, like FIFA, once you've got the sort of engine down, and you've got the mechanics down, really the only thing you have to update each year is just making the game look better. And they have definitely done that. This game, I mean, compared to the first game, which looked, I mean, with fairness, the first game was 2013? Yeah, so 2013 and 2014. So, I mean, it's 6 or 7 years old. It might even have been 2012. I think it might... Yeah, it might even have been 2011. Was the first game... It must have been, because otherwise I would have... If it was 2013, I would have been on 2019. Yeah, I think it was 2011. So, I mean, it was almost 10 years ago they made that first game. Look, I've crossed the King of the Mountain in 150th place. Go me. First time I played this was almost 10 years ago, and they've certainly made, like, they've increased the number of character, like, NPC models cheering on the side. I mean, there's still loads of clones. And obviously I complained about the clones actually riding in the race. They've added loads of cars and car models. They added a pace car, which was a nice addition. That was exciting. They took away bananas, and now I've got gels. I don't know if that was that might have been a Tour de France decision, though. I think they should bring back bananas. Oh, hang on, if I do that, I can go aerodynamically. Look, you can see my hands. Whee! I like this bit. This is quite nice, especially in first person.
Peloton is 2 kilometers from the top of the climb.
Wait. 2 kilometers from the top of the climb? What climb? Are they already at the next... Oh, I am way behind. I'm not going to win this, I don't think, guys. I forgot as well, is that I'm playing as a new scrubby rider who's got sort of middling stats. So I haven't been playing as Chris, like taken over the body of Chris Froome, who has good stats. My point is that I didn't have very many full plays this year, and I think what I'm going to do is basically scale those back even further, because honestly, as much as I like occasionally doing a full playthrough in a game, and they are a lot easier to edit because I just put out the videos basically as I record them, occasionally just editing out some boring bits or I don't know, bits where I need to go to the loo or something. They just don't get the views. Like, as I said, Resident Evil 3 was probably the biggest game I played this year, and it was actually the perfect length for The length was a bit of a bugbear considering the price. The fact that I completed it in 7 hours the first time through, and there was no like. They took out a lot of stuff from that game from the original. There was no alternate endings, which meant no Barry. No Barry. Was definitely a point. There's definitely a point in the cons column for that game. So it was super convenient for a Let's Play, because it meant I could finish it in a week, and they meant that I could put it out 7 days going, and then it finished whilst the game was still new, compared to like Pokemon, which was 50 episodes long and finished in like January, I think. By the time that finished, people weren't watching Pokemon videos anymore, and it shows in the amount of views that the later episodes got. But like Resident Evil 6, Resident Evil 6 was a new game. It's quite popular. 159 views across all 7 parts. An extra 40 if you want to count the one-off I did in the demo that came out a couple of weeks before that. So just shy of 200 views. You only have to look at the views of some of the one-off videos I did to see that it's like, yeah, it's just not worth the effort. Like I mentioned Goose Simulator, the Untitled Goose game, which getting 6,000. That was a one-off. But I also got like 1,000 in... Weirdly, I got over 1,000 views in Project Resistance, the video I did, which was the beta of the... Oh god, I've not been looking at my bars. Dang it, I've just been talking again. Maybe the front of the orange caterpillar is the leader, and the back is me. Okay. I don't think I'm going to catch up. I don't think we're going to see another cyclist for the rest of this video. Just giving you an FYI. If you were coming to this thinking, this will be the year. This will be the year that Jackman finally wins one of these races or something. It's not. I've come into this very much of the mindset of couldn't give a shit. And it's... You'd really think, considering I had to spend a lot more money on this video than I do on this game than I do the other ones, because that was the other part of the reason why I would sort of buy them a few years back, is because these games come out at full price, and I managed to get this reasonably cheap because it came out in June and it's now September. Well, late August. It'll be September when this game comes out. When this video comes out. But still, compared to like buying, if I had bought Tour de France 20, must have been 17 or 18, and been a few years back. That would have cost me maybe like 15 quid, 10 quid maybe, depending. If I'd gotten it pre-owned, even cheaper, which is what I normally do. Well, I didn't, and now I'm here, losing this, and having spent a lot more money for the privilege. So, hey. Project Resistance, which was the beta of the spin-off game that came with Resident Evil 3, the video I did in that got 1,000, at the time of recording, 1,146 views. I really should have done another video in Project Resistance Resistance. I think this was called Resident Evil Resistance when it came out. I really should have just done another video in Resident Evil Resistance when it actually came out. There's not really a reason for why I didn't. I kind of planned to, and I think I've still got it installed, because it installed when Resident Evil 3 installed, and I just didn't. Maybe I'll do a video if they add a cool... Because they've been adding stuff to it monthly, I think. They've added some funny costumes, which I'd quite... in fairness, I was really tempted to jump in just because I wanted to sort of look at some of the costumes they'd added. But maybe if they add something good, like a Barry. If they add Barry, I will definitely play Resident Evil Resistance. You've heard it here first. But then there's also like Maneater got 1,060 views. What else did I play? Animal Crossing, over 500 views. Dragon Ball got over 500. I never imagine a Dragon Ball video. No, normally the anime videos never do very well. So, I mean, the Xenoverse videos certainly didn't do that well, I don't think. And I realised part of the reason for that is because of the way YouTube does their algorithm. So, I realised that putting out videos every single day, basically, the YouTube algorithm doesn't like that. It's useful if you've got a subscriber base, because when you put out a video...
The stage is too much for him.
Oh, I should have taken it easy like me. So I'm biding my time. I'm gonna just wait until... Anyway, Algorithm. So I realised that the YouTube algorithm doesn't like it when you put up videos all the time. It's useful if you've got a sustained audience, because you've got something to sort of keep them subscribed, but it's not that useful for getting an audience, because YouTube just doesn't promote your videos very well. At least this is what I've inferred from the amount of views and subscribers I've got off the back of some of these videos. So I will probably, now that Deadly Premonition 2 has finished, that will probably be the last full play on the channel. I say. There are still a couple of games, I mean, there's still games I would like to full play. I think the only reasonable solution is for me to start streaming them, and then maybe uploading the streams to YouTube on a different channel. So that if you don't like streams, you can still watch the content, if you so choose. But yeah, it's just there doesn't seem to be any benefit to doing a full play on YouTube anymore, and it's sad, because I'd like doing the one-offs, the videos. I think personally, the one-off videos are more fun to watch, because they give you, especially in a new game, because they give you just enough. I generally don't like to play very far into the games, except Untitled Goose Game, which I actually finished. If you watch the Untitled Goose Game, that's a full play, actually. But I finished that. That was also a one-off cut video that that game was short. Other than that, generally one-off videos give you like a little, just a little taste of what's to come. Oh, hang on, if I can't win, let's just crash. Oh! Oh, I thought I was breaking out of the world there. I managed to get past the guardrail. Can I not crash? No, I just kind of stop. It's a bit lame. Just a woman just shouting ribbit at me. I'm not a friggin' frog. I'm confused me with one of the French cyclists. Oh. It wouldn't be a Le Tour de France video if I didn't have a bit of casual racism towards the French. This game really needs some... Oh, wait, I think... Oh, no. I thought I saw some cyclists, and I realised it was just... I think it was just some shadows and the draw distance moving jankily. This game really does need some, like, Mario Kart-style rubber band mechanics, though.
The peloton is riding hard. Stay well placed.
What do you mean, stay well placed? I'm dead last. Like I said, if you've come into this video and you've stayed this long, and you're expecting to see, like, good Tour de France gameplay, or I don't know, funny commentary, or just literally anything other than what I have given you, sorry, I guess. I'm going to be the guy who normally when I cross the finish line it goes in a fast forward, and then there's just like everyone finishes, and then there's like a massive gap, and then there's this one guy who just cycles across the lane like 30 seconds after everyone else, even in fast forward. I'm going to be that guy. I'm going to be that guy. And I'm okay with that. That's honestly the Jackman way. I haven't assumed the body of a famous cyclist this year. Basically what I've done is I've just showed up on Tour de France there, and I'm like, hey, look, I know you've had some cancellations because of COVID. How about I help you guys out? The thing is that if I'm paying attention to this, I think I can actually do all right at this now. This is the 7th time I've played one of these games, and I generally know, like, if I'm paying attention, I know what the fuel, that there's a gel refuel. I know that you're supposed to use, depending on your person, you're supposed to attack on the sprints. But the thing is that if I pay attention, I won't. I'd like to say I won't be funny. I don't know that I've been super funny this year, because I've been talking about the channel a lot. I guess I would have to see how it edits down. It's an interesting feeling, losing confidence in a video within the video. That has happened before. I have, like, started recording a video and been maybe like 20 minutes into it and just gone, no, I'm not being funny. started recording a video in Grounded about a month ago, whenever it came out. That game where you play as children who have shrunk down in in their back garden. And there were a couple of good moments. I remember making fun of the spiders. And I got to about half an hour and I just went, this is awful. I'm just not... All I'm doing is just saying what I'm doing. I'm not actually making any fun. I think it was really hot. I think it was during the heat wave that we had recently in the UK. And so I was just like, I'm not being funny. I'm just saying, oh, I'm going to get a I'm going to get a stick. I'm going to get... I should probably build a shelter over here. Let's get some sticks. So there's an ant. I'll kill this ant. I can wear this ant. And I just thought, this is rubbish. This is awful. And I just stopped recording and turned the game off. The game's fine. Maybe I'll try and do a video in it with some friends once it actually comes out of early access. There's still 5 more people across the finish line. 4, 2, 3. God, I can still beat one. There's one person in front of me who hasn't crossed the finish line yet. Oh no, there he goes. He crossed the finish line. Dang. All right. Well, I'm guaranteed last, so I might as well take it easy. No point. We'll exhaust. I don't want to exhaust my legs for the next stage, obviously, which I'm definitely going to play. I promise. This is a 3-stage Tour de France race. Do you know, I might simulate them just to see if whether CPU me can do a better job with my marionetting my body than me controlling it. Maybe I'll be able to recover some of the shame. Annoying thing about that sort of commentary, it's just like, okay, I need to go get this twig, and I'll get this twig, okay, and I'll build a house. And I appreciate with some games, I see it mostly with streamers, I appreciate with some games there's not a lot to comment on, and so you do just have to kind of rely on saying what you're doing, and I've done it before. In some games, you just have to kind of explain your thought process, which is, I need twigs, which is why I'm going to go over here and get twigs. But then I sometimes watch videos in games for YouTubers that I don't follow, or just because I want to look up something, and they do that kind of commentary, and I think, this is really boring. And then I look at how many subscribers they've got, and that makes me sad, because they're doing way better than I am. Anyway, I'm not jealous, I'm just sad. Like, whoa! Whoa, 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 whoa! The game's over. The race is over. Why am I suddenly in a hill? And in what was that? Why am I still going? Is the game... Is this a replay? I think this is a replay of me failing. I'll tell you what this game needs, and it's something that they haven't introduced, is head tracking. I'm in last place at this point at the race, I'm pretty sure, but they don't turn their heads to follow the people who go past them. They just continue clapping at the back, and it's like, no, there's no one behind me, guys, it's just me. You should be turning and looking at me going past now. That's what they need. They need to turn their heads to make them look a bit more human. I wonder if I get any points for becoming 100. I mean, I played the game for an hour. Do I not get any kind of reward for that?
Ladies and gentlemen, applaud him.
Oh, they've added a podium. Look at that.
Today's stage winner.
I didn't even see those girls racing, and they came second and third. Well done to them. Oh, I'm glad I didn't come second and third. I wouldn't want to kiss him. He looks like me. Well, hang on, I thought that was just stage 1.
He's amongst the leading riders of this year. Here is the yellow jersey of this stage.
This just makes us look even stupider. When they're all identical. They're just wearing different... Hang on. Is that the same guy and they just added the yellow jersey to him? It's so dumb that they haven't given... Look, it's just the same guy 3 times. And it's the same women, they just put on different dresses. Like, it doesn't even make sense that the women would change dresses. I suppose these are probably women from their team, I guess? That's a job, isn't it? Hey, welcome to Team Sky, or whatever. Same guy. Welcome to... There's either 2 explanations here. Either these girls all work for the individual teams, or they are very quickly running off stage, stripping off, putting on a different coloured dress to match the award they're giving, and then running back out again. Yeah, it is literally that they're bringing him out in his normal clothes and then going, right, he got the white jersey, and then just blinking his character model out and back in again with the white jersey. But it looks so awful that because they haven't changed the faces.
We had no real ambitions for the classification of this stage. The least that can be said is you didn't prove me wrong. Hope for a better start.
What a burn! Okay, now there are 3 stages. So can I? The stage will be raced very quickly, right to the finish, without you being able to take control. Do it! Let's go! Let's. The first time. Oh, there I am! The first time in ChuckleFudge history, we will actually finish a stage or an entire race. We'll do all. I mean, normally I do the Tour de France, but we'll do the. We're doing whatever race this is. Yes. How'd I do?
You didn't prove me wrong.
CPU me did 2 stages better. Hooray! And I was only 11 minutes behind this time. Oh, it's good to know that even when it's possible I also exhausted my character, because I think that is a mechanic in this game, but it's good to know that even with the CPU controlling me, I still didn't do any better, really. Go, 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 go. I don't know this really doesn't show me a whole lot, honestly. I guess this is just showing me this whilst it kind of calculates the winner, but I'm not good at mountains, so I can't imagine I did well at this bit.
We had no real ambitions for the classification of this stage. The least that can be said is
47. I'm working my way up. I went from 150 to 148 to 147. I'm climbing. I can't even continue because I didn't qualify. Out of curiosity, let's redo this. It won't even let so I can't even go back and replay the race that I didn't qualify on. It's just going to go like, look, you didn't qualify for this race, so you just have to sit this one out whilst while the actual athletes play. It's just like, really? I didn't think it would be possible to find a way to make the Tour de France video game less interesting, and here we are looking at the CPU simulate other racers racing without me. You're not qualified for this event. So do I just have to? Can I just not do anything now until May? Oh, can I not even do the break? I can't even do it until I've gone. Oh, screw this! I can't even do it until the CPU has decided. Can you not just do this in your own time? Why do you need me to sit here and watch you calculate? This is so dumb. I don't even understand why it's an option to let the computer get the game for the CPU play for you. Like, you've bought this game. Unless you're me, I assume you've bought this game because you like playing cycling games and playing the Tour de France. Why would you buy a cycling game and then let the CPU play it for you? That mode seems to exist solely for the 9 people who are like, I really want to be a Tour de France manager and not a cyclist. Like, I loved the Tour de France, but I'm in terrible shape, or I got asthma. I don't know. So I can't race, but I don't want to pretend to be a racer, something I can't do in real life. What I'll do is I'll pretend to be a manager, something that I can potentially aspire to do. Set your expectation. That's like setting the bar really, really low there. Anyway, I think I'm done with Tour de France for another year. Jesus Christ. That was 30 quid well spent, wasn't it? So, I don't know that I covered this point. If I did, I'll cut it out at the edit. But my point is, for the next year, I will probably not be doing any full plays for the channel. I might do a couple, just depending on if what. There might be a dry period where there's no games coming out, or I don't know. I might do some, but generally I'm going to stick to one-offs, and I'm generally, apart from when you get like a bunch of games come out all at once, stick to maybe like 1 video a week. I want to try and, it's a weird aspiration, I'm going to try and aim for under 100 videos this year. And then, yeah, we'll see where we are in a year. So until then, citizens, Jackman. Well, not until then. I'm going to do videos in between. But I suppose... No, there's no one who just watches the Tour de France videos. That'd be weird. If you are that person, you're weird. Know that. Watch videos in between. Don't just watch the Tour de France videos. They're not my best videos. This is not indicative of the rest of the quality of the channel. I mean, the quality of the rest of the channel is fine. It's not the highest, but still, this is not it. If you've watched this video and you think this guy's not very funny, watch another video. Watch any other video, really. There's not... No, they're all pretty good. Watch any other video. Don't judge me on this one. It's all that's all I ask. Do not judge me on the quality of this video. Anyway, what was I saying? Jackman out. Bye. I assume you're doing a thing with the computer.
Yes.
What is the thing that you are doing with the computer? Oh! Yeah, that'll do it. Okay, good.